Howdy. Welcome to our segment on installing cork and marmoleum flooring. I'm on the University of Wisconsin campus in Madison, Wisconsin, and this weekend I'll be hanging with my longtime friends Steve and Jana Olson. We'll be putting cork in their kitchen, and we'll be putting some marmoleum in the kitchen in the mother-in-law unit at their house. Steve and Jana live in this cute little 50s house just south of the fish hatchery on the edge of Madison. 2 men, 1 good woman, a Super Bowl weekend, and 2 kitchen floors to be laid. That is our quest. We'll be laying some eco-cork verde cork right over the old linoleum in the main kitchen in their house. And we're going to go over the linoleum just to keep from putting more stuff in the landfill. They inherited this linoleum when they bought the place several years back, and they've been itching to replace it for obvious reasons. And here's a package of the eco-cork verde, and you can see one of the planks and how good that's going to look as a refresh against the cabinetry. They got that from a local store in Madison called Surgenian's, a flooring store. The tapping tool is a must-have piece of equipment for floating cork floor installation. This is the side that's used for tapping the tongue. So that actually would be used on the tongue side. And this is the side for tapping the groove. And this view gives you a good look at the difference between the tongue and groove side. And you can pretty easily see how that mates together. You'll need a good table saw for the job, and we were lucky to get one from Jana's father, Norm. Main tools for the job, in addition to the tapping tool and the table saw, are some shims to help establish the required 3/8 inch gap around the perimeter of the floor between that and the wall, a crowbar to leverage a piece in from time to time, usually your last piece in the corner, any kind of right angle tool. In this case we're using a carpenter's triangle, a mallet to hit the tapping tool with, and a tape measure. Just like a tile job, laying cork requires a fair bit of pre-planning because you'll wind up having to put a finishing piece in a corner somewhere, and you want to make that the easiest corner possible. Steve and I did our pre-planning last night over a couple of Maibach beers from Capital Brewery in Madison, and we decided to start in this corner, probably the trickiest corner, and work our way out and across the room. One nice thing about the old linoleum is it's got very straight lines in it that we can follow, so we can check ourselves along the way. We're ready to cut our first piece, which you can see we've marked for the little notch out around the plumbing that comes up for the floor radiator. Any piece that's along a wall edge, you need to cut the tongue off as well. So we set our first piece, and we'll need to measure for our second. So now we start fitting these pieces together with the mallet and the tapping tool. The first row along your leading edge is definitely the toughest, and you have to practice the measure twice, cut once to a fault. So now we start the production laying in the open area where you can really put the planks down quickly. Just a little tip that helps the floor go together better. You definitely don't want little pieces of anything in the tongue and groove area because it can really stop the joints from being tight. Here's a practical tip if you have purchased cork from Natural Cork. Their tapping tool that they now provide has been significantly value engineered down. It used to be a real solid, robust piece of solid plastic, but now they've taken what looks like a recycled and compressed product, which is probably a good thing from an environmental perspective, but we're like 20 planks into the job and this thing is shot, so we're scrambling to find a new one. At this doorway we need to cut the trim, the vertical piece of trim, up enough to allow the cork to fit underneath it to just achieve a nice clean look. So we're going to use this Roto-Zip tool, which includes sort of a horizontal saw attachment option. We're going to use that to get that job done. So when our tapping block that came with the cork from Natural Cork disintegrated, we called around. Jana was able to go to Home Depot and find this kit from a company called Simple Solutions Flooring Accessories, and it includes a much more robust plastic tapping block, and it also includes this really cool tool that helps you out with the edges. You can see you just hook this thing over a hidden edge of the cork and hit it with your hammer on this side. It allows you to pull tight places together, so a good score. It also comes with 2 bags of different size spacers, so a great thing. Simple Solutions Flooring Accessories at Home Depot.
We're using an S-tool here from Home Depot. It's working really nice along the edges where you can't fit the tapping block.
Got it. When you lay your cork floor, obviously one project breeds a few others. You have to manage your trim around the room, and also in this case Steve has just basically planed off some of the bottom of a door and is now sanding that off to make it fit better. Steve's fitting it together end to end first, and now he's tapping them together along the long side. Alright, the last piece is always the trickiest, but we've wisely left it for underneath the fridge, and we'll use our S-tool to make it work. Perfect.
Da 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 da, job complete.
So Steve can start putting the trim back on. So here's the finished upstairs kitchen floor with the Verde cork. Jana, what do you think?
I love the Verde.
We're ready to move downstairs to the mother-in-law kitchen and start laying the marmoleum. Steve and Jana ordered their marmoleum from an online store, I believe ifloor.com, and had it shipped directly to them. You can see they've also removed the old linoleum from this area, which was similarly dated. Reason for removal was just to make the grades work out better. The existing subfloor in the mother-in-law kitchen is plywood backer board over a slab-on grade, so we're going to put down polyethylene sheeting for a moisture barrier. So just like the starting edge for the cork floor that we did upstairs, we need to, and we have trimmed off the tongue and groove pieces on the leading edge, and we're going to use these 10mm spaces that came with the better tapping block and S-tool set that Jana picked up yesterday at Home Depot. You can see under here how we've used the spacers, the 10mm spacers or 3/8 inch spacers, to hold our starting edge. And what you want to do with those is place them where 2 of the planks come together, sort of perpendicular to that line, because then when you do the next successive row of planks, they'll stay together and not move relative to each other and mess up your joints. We've got a great start along the bottom edge of the cupboards, as you can see. The transitions are always a bit tricky. So I don't know how we would have worked down this hallway without this S-tool. It really is, it really kind of made this part a lot easier, if not possible, period. Wish I would have learned about it 5 floors ago. This marmoleum has really transformed this downstairs mother-in-law kitchen. And Steve, you'll make some wine down here, I take it?
We'll make some wine. It's looking very nice. It's a really nice place to hang out now.
Alright, the sun has not yet set in the sky, and we are done with both floors. So what do you guys think, Steve and Jana?
Looks great.
Beautiful.
Awesome. Do a little walkthrough. There we go.